What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Today we got a trade article to react to. Everybody knows the Utah Jazz lost in the first round in a series where Luka Doncic only played 3 of the 6 games, and they failed to win 2 out of those 3 games. So I expect some big changes to happen in Utah. Apparently Rudy Gobert had said some words saying that it's either me or Donovan Mitchell. Then he came out and said it's a different rumor every day. I don't know what to believe, but I do think that this team has to make some big changes. Whether it is trading Rudy, trading Donovan, trading both, hitting the full reset, I don't know, but it's got to be something. So we got a BR article by Andy Bailey. This came out a few days ago, but I'm interested to see what it has to say. So as you can see, trade packages to split up Jazz stars Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. It's been no secret that these guys have had some friction in the past, and it's also no secret that maybe Donovan Mitchell will probably get to a bigger market at some point in his career. So I'm interested to see what this article has to say. We'll start with the first trade, which is, I'm guessing, Rudy to the Knicks, blockbuster to land Brooklyn a rim protector. The trade would be Ben Simmons, a 2022 first round pick for Rudy Gobert. It would just be kind of funny to see Ben Simmons get flipped again and then to Utah of all places, because I just think that'd be interesting. I guess like this would be okay for the Brooklyn Nets, but at the same time it's like you gave all that up, or you gave away James Harden and then eventually you returns Rudy Gobert. How great does that make this team? I'm not really too sure. I think it's deeper than that. They need a rim presence. I think they need a little more than that, some more wing defenders to help this team, and that's what they want Ben Simmons to be. So we'll see how that is whenever he does play. But I don't like this trade for either side, honestly. I'm gonna draw this up as an L. We'll move on to the next trade. This is one of the more popular ones. I think Donovan Mitchell is from New York. Maybe not like the city, but maybe like Brooklyn. I don't know. I think he is from the state of New York though. And this trade will have him going to the Knicks. The trade: RJ Barrett, quickly Fournier, a 2024 first round pick for Donovan Mitchell. I would like this if you didn't have to give up RJ Barrett. If you can give up anything else other than RJ Barrett, I would like this trade. I don't see a world where the Knicks do this, or if they should do this, I would much rather have, if you're gonna get Donovan, I would want him and RJ to be coexisting next to each other so they can be that 1-2 punch. I don't want to have to give him up, especially because he's shown what he can be when he's like the top option on the team. He's had a very good second half of the season. So I don't want to see the Knicks give up on him so early. He's only like 21, 22 years old. He's still very young. This is just his, he just finished his 3rd season. Yeah, I don't want to see them give up RJ Barrett. Now, if you can find a way to give up, if you give up quickly Fournier and maybe somebody else to, bring in Donovan Mitchell, maybe an extra pick or something, I would like that a lot more. But having to give up RJ would not be ideal, because then basically Donovan Mitchell's walking into like a similar, maybe worse situation than Utah, because there's not going to be anybody else around him that can, play at that elite caliber on the offensive side of the floor. And you're giving up quickly too, who's another good young guard. So I don't like this trade. I do like the idea of Donovan Mitchell in New York, but I don't like this trade. Maybe something else would be a little more, ideal for them. And the Warriors go further in. I already don't like this. So Wiggins, Kuminga, a 2022 first round pick, and a 2025 first round pick for Rudy Gobert. That seems like a lot already. Say what you want about Wiggins. He wasn't an all-star this year. He had a pretty good year, even though his post-all-star numbers were very down. But a very nice piece to this team, especially with Klay Thompson being back, Steph Curry healthy, Jordan Poole emerging. He just plays his role, and he plays it to a very good, T. And then I like the upside of Jonathan Kuminga so much. I think he can be that next Draymond Green in this Warriors system. He's shown a lot of promise just in his rookie season in limited minutes. I don't like that. And then giving up 2 first-round picks. Rudy's very valuable, but 2 first-round picks for somebody that's making $200 million has shown issues in the playoffs where he's played off the court, or when he's on the court he's getting attacked. And the Warriors just don't go small. They just don't go small. And there's been no reason that I've seen for them to really need desperately a rim protector. Draymond Green plays that role pretty well. Like, they don't desperately need that. They play Jokic very well. I don't see them having any issues with any other bigs. Like, even if they got to the finals, and just say for instance if Giannis is there or Joel Embiid, like, they won't have, I think, that many issues, because they play very good team defense. And Draymond can guard guys bigger than him. Maybe he's not shutting them down, because Jokic was still getting his numbers, but Draymond gets those key stops that they need, and they have the offensive firepower needed. So a team that's not going to go, run a traditional 5 anyways when it matters the most. So you're going to have somebody making $200 million on your bench. I don't like this trade at all. I don't like the fit. I don't like the pieces given up. And that's just so much for Rudy Gobert for a team that does not need him. This is the other place, Donovan Mitchell to Miami. I'm interested to see this trade because I've seen people on both sides. It's gonna have to be centered around a Tyler Hero type package. And I think this trade right here, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Omar Yurtseven, a 2022 first round pick, and a 2023 first round pick swap. A little hefty on the picks, but I do think picks are overrated if you're trying to contend. So I don't hate it. I like Tyler Hero a lot. He's big for this Heat team, but he's gonna be up for a contract extension, and I don't know if Miami's gonna want to pay him maybe what his market value would be. So you get to bring in somebody, Donovan Mitchell, that's a better player. Secure, his contract is already locked up, and you know, a bigger market like Miami is probably somewhere where he would rather go. And him and D Wade are very close, so you know, D Wade will probably be pushing for this, and he'll probably fit into that Heat culture, man, because he's somebody that's just about winning. You know, everything he said is that he wants to win. So I wouldn't hate this. I actually like the trade. I like the pieces centered around it. Duncan Robinson helps make the money match. Yurtseven's a good young big who's shown very good promises. I believe a stretch where Bam was out, he had like double-doubles in like 10 straight games. So he's somebody that's shown promise. The Heat find guys out of nowhere that become very productive NBA players. And you're losing Duncan Robinson, but it's like his production's kind of been replaced with Max Strus. Like, I think last night's game, I don't even really remember Duncan Robinson getting that much playing time, if any at all. And like since the first playoff game of their run, he hasn't really done anything. So he's somebody that's, you know, that you can definitely give up, making about $18 million a year. And then if you're the Jazz, you might lose Donovan Mitchell, but you get back Tyler Hero, you get back Duncan, Yurtseven, so you got some pieces. So whether you want to keep Rudy and still try and be like a playoff type team, or you can move Rudy, get some more pieces in return, hit the full reset, I think that would be fine. I think maybe this could be good for Tyler Hero to have his own team so we can see what his full game is really all about, not coming off the bench. Out of all the trades, I think this is the one that I like the most. And a new lob threat for Luka. I've said this several times, mainly on my podcast, but I've said this before. I like the idea of Rudy in Dallas. It's just a matter of what you have to give up to get him. And this trade right here is almost perfect. I don't hate this trade at all. Dwight Powell, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, 2025 first round pick, 2026 first round pick swap for Rudy Gobert. I honestly don't hate it. It really does depend on if like Jalen Brunson's back. But you still get to keep Spencer Dinwiddie. You add somebody in Rudy who is a big upgrade over Dwight Powell. Watching the game the other night, the first game of the Suns-Mavs series, it was like, okay, DeAndre Ayton was having his way. They could use somebody like Rudy to help neutralize, you know, bigs in the postseason. So with that being said, I do like this trade probably just as much as the Heat trade, honestly, because you're not giving up a crazy amount of value. Dwight Powell's solid. He's very solid for the Mavs, but this is a definite upgrade. Tim Hardaway Jr. hasn't even played since the early part of the season. He's been out for months. He's making a lot of money. I think having Brunson, if you can bring him back, which with this trade you could probably be able to pay him the money that he might want. Bring him back. You got Spencer Dinwiddie. I like the dynamic guards more so than the catch and shoot guys with Luka, because it gives Luka a chance to defer a little bit, which I like to see. And you still have Reggie Bullock who can shoot the lights out. Maxi Kleber's been shooting really well in the postseason. So you still got shooters. And, you know, Dinwiddie, Brunson, they can knock down shots as well. Dorian Finney-Smith. And then you give up Josh Green, who's a young guy, but he hasn't shown like a lot of consistent production. So you're not giving up a crazy amount. And then picks. Look, draft picks are a little overrated if we're being honest. And when you have somebody like Luka on your team, you're not going to be picking in the 15s, you know, 16 range anytime soon, because you want to build a winning team. So if you have to give up some draft picks, go ahead and do it. I don't hate that at all, man. Honestly, I think this trade right here is probably the best on the list for Rudy, and the Miami Heat one was the best on the list for Donovan Mitchell, which realistically, both of these things can happen. Like, both of those trades can happen if Utah wants to hit the full reset. I just hope there's not a world where they bring this same core back next season and expect to, you know, win a playoff series or two, or have the delusion in their head that they're a championship team, because that's just not the case here. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe if you are not. I do apologize for not being very consistent lately, especially with the playoffs being here. But I just got done with my semester of college, my spring semester. So hopefully I'll get back more on schedule so I can talk playoffs, because there's been a lot going on already in the second round. So yeah, this video will probably be dropping Wednesday, because the game's starting like an hour. It's Tuesday right now for me. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe if you are new. I'm gonna be more consistent, turn post notifications on, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.